Hello, hello. Good evening, my friends. This is Angie Stewart from Miami InnerLight, and we are here live in Kardec Radio. Let's hope tonight everything will be good. We are not going to have any issues with the internet because at this moment I am connected to the cable directly to the wall, so it's not wireless. I hope we're not going to have any issues. But anyway, so tonight is the first night we are doing our study in a weekly basis. You know, we are having all these issues with the coronavirus, more and more people getting stuck in their houses and going through the stress that they cannot even get out of their apartments or their houses. So I think it's valuable, it's good for us to be able to come here on a weekly basis to see each other and to continue our study, and maybe later on I can even diversify it a little bit more. I was already thinking about in terms of lectures or even just conversations that could be useful for us. And we don't know until when we are going to continue this in this situation. I don't know why, but I cannot see anyone here. It's very strange. Maybe everybody forgot to come, but maybe it's my internet. It's always with some kind of issues. So anyway, it will be recorded. That's the good thing of Facebook. So here it's our book, Among Brothers of Our Other Lands. Tonight we are going to read the chapter 19, and this chapter was psychographic by the two mediums, Chico Xavier and Valdo Vieira, and this message specific is from the spirit André Luiz, a spirit very well known to all of us Spiritists. He wrote many books and a long series of beautiful books. And the first book was Nosso Lar, or Astral City, the most famous one that you know, became a movie. So when it becomes a movie, everybody knows about it. So this is just the beginning of oh, something happened. Oh, I see people. Okay, so internet is working. I'm so happy. I always have issues. Hopefully we'll be positive tonight. So as I was just mentioning to all of you what we usually do, I hope you have your glass of water or your bottle of water, because now more than ever, we need to have our medication, our special medication from the enlightened spirits to help us, to help our physical bodies to maintain good, healthy, but also to help our minds, because it is not easy. It's not easy. You know, I'm super positive, I'm always smiling and laughing, and it is really good. But sometimes we get bombarded with so many news and lots of negative news, lots of fake news that you don't even know where these people get these things. Sometimes news that were from 1, 2, 3 years ago, something bad they send in groups, and everybody's like, oh, but this already happened. So we have to be very careful with the things we share, so we don't accumulate negative things. We don't want anything worse happening. So I just want to say hello to the ones that are here. I see Hercules. Hello, my friend. Long time I don't see you. Well, I see you on Facebook sometimes giving studies too. So we're all connected. Teresa, hi Teresa. You are the one who actually boost my energy to start doing this on a weekly basis. Claudia Garces, hello Claudinha, happy birthday. It passed already, but soon we will be celebrating it, hopefully sooner than later. Tony Torres, hi Tony, nice to have you here. Sol Souza, hello Sol. My great friends. Okay, so let's just start with a short prayer just to connect us, and then we can continue the talk, and you guys can write your questions or your comments, okay? Thank you. Dear God, beloved Master Jesus, at this moment we ask for your presence, your inspiration, your guidance, to help all of us to be able to go through our studies in the best way possible, so our friends will be able to connect and to fully understand this beautiful message, this beautiful book brings to us. Please stay with us now and always. Thank you so much. So be it. Very good. Very good. If you have the book, it is chapter 19, but I will read it slowly so you can follow, and if you want, you can write your comments or questions, and then when I finish, I can read. So let's go. The chapter is Problem of Direction, and as I said before, the spirit is André Luiz. Many people proceed in their way because they lack a friendly word that favors their direction. How many times do we anesthetize the notion of responsibility to the elixir of convenience? And we would have proceeded also in the same way before the renovating tasks of other reincarnations. There is no pejorative intention in identifying the companion of ideal and work, whom we designate as being half-Spiritists. Once our proposal is to elevate the level of performance of the family in the doctrinal prosperity. The half-Spiritists exist and certainly deserve great merit for the respectable qualities that they already present in themselves. But we must help them through prayer, so they can complement the edifying accomplishments that they are summoned to perform. Usually, they are the ones who are convinced of the realities of the spirit. However, they do not realize its importance, exalting phenomena and doing nothing for the dissemination of this truth. They believe that it is necessary to work in the good works, but never cheer themselves up to a minimal task. They highlight the excellence of the Spiritist harvest, but refuse to any commitment of work in it. They run away from collaborating in the constructive action, and if they find zealous and disciplined colleague in service, they interpret them as fellows who tend to fanaticism and cowardice. Invariably, they are ready to receive the help of the passes or the spiritual support, but they are allergic to annoyances, even in the minimal ones, even if minimal ones, when serving others. They tell themselves prudent and are so withdrawn in the Spiritist education in the name of prudence, so much so that they hamper the steps of innumerable brothers who are arranged to work. They accept the Spiritist precepts, but are used in a way to follow the prejudices of the world and embrace the worst social guidelines, claiming that fraternity needs to be with all. They reveal themselves as excellent talkers, highlighting the truth with a hot and expressive verb at times of calm skies. However, they fade away in the gutless and lukewarm demand the testimonial of truth. Let us reflect upon the issue and the pause for self-analysis. Let us recognize that the grandeur of the redeeming doctrine of the spirits bring us the blessings of Jesus as a whole. Let us avoid our deficient classification of learners with half utilization. So instead of placing us in the pathway of a half, it leaves us behind. London, England, August 10, 1965. Well, definitely it's a text for us to reflect a lot. Has all the texts in this book bring a lot of reflection to our lives. And you know, before we start thinking the ones we already imagine, oh, that person is half spiritist, that other person is also half spiritist. Let's try to bring it to us. Let's try to think about us. Are we a full-time spiritist right now? Are we there? Are we there already? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. As I always say, we have our moments. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, because this is normal. This is very normal to all of us, wherever we are. Some days we are better, other days we are not that good, but at least we are here. We are making an effort to be the full spiritists. So we are trying really hard to be able to study the Spiritism doctrine, this beautiful philosophy of life the spirits brought to us, they taught us. So we are trying to be here to be able to fully live the message. Some days we are able to do it. Ooh, today I was really good. I thought so many good things. I sent prayers that I did this, I did that. Yes, right now it's not that we can be doing a lot. I don't know, whatever you are, but I am here in Miami. So we are not in a state of lockdown yet. We are kind of self-lockdown. Most of the businesses are closing tonight, but we are still not obligated to be stuck home. But yes, the majority of people are already avoiding to go out, because we have to think about the whole population. We have to think about others, not just about ourselves. Yes, I'm healthy, I'm good. If I get this, probably nothing will happen. But what about other people that I could transmit? I am with my mother-in-law here. She is here staying with us, and she is elderly. If I get sick and I give this to her, yes, this can be a big problem. So we have to think broad. We have to think in others, not just in ourselves. But when this finish, and it will finish, hopefully it will be faster than what we imagine. Then we will be able to go back to our normal lives. But I sincerely hope this will change all of us, because we know that nothing happens by a chance. Nothing happens by a chance. God, even know how many, how many, how do I say, strands of hair, I think? How many fios de cabelo, I don't know how to say this in English, I have. So imagine, so if this disease, if this virus was allowed to come, it's because there is a purpose for this. We don't know. We just speculate, we imagine. But I sincerely hope that when we leave this situation, we are going to be stronger. We will be thinking differently. We will be acting differently, trying to behave in a better way, trying to think more about others, not just about us. I know everybody already said that, but this virus is because it does not see difference from old to young, from white to black, from rich to poor. Everybody is equal, and he grabs everybody. So we sincerely hope that after we leave this, we can all see life in a different way, giving value to what really is important. And that's what this time, lockdown, whatever we are, it gives time to reflect. You know, maybe we were all allowed to go out to do whatever we wanted, and maybe we were with our friends, and each person in their own cell phone, not even paying attention to the person right next to you. And now that we want to be close to those people, we can't. So now we are exercising the different values. We are like, wow, I would like to be at the beach. I would like to be with my friends here or there, but we can't. So we have to shift and see, wow, whenever things go back to normal, let's really focus on what is good and what is important in our lives. So this will be a strong message to all of us. But coming back to the text, we have here the first sentence. Many people proceed in their way because they lack a friendly word that favors their direction. Many times this happened to us. You know, we are doing something, we are going a direction, doing something, because we think this is the right thing to do. We think that's the best thing. And suddenly comes someone and say, hey, Angie, I don't think this is good. I think if you continue going this way, this, and this might happen. And then you're like, really? Do you think? And then you start reflecting and you think about. And then it's almost like a wake-up call. And then it's true, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to change. This happens a lot when we are younger and our mothers and fathers tell us something. My mother has a very funny expression that nowadays I use with my son. I used to tell her certain things, and she used to tell me like this, Angela, whenever you are going, I'm already returning. So I have been there, I have done that, and I return. So now that you are trying to go, I know exactly what's going to happen. And I used to get so angry with her because I'm like, I can't believe she's telling me this. She doesn't know everything. Well, you know, kids, teenagers, they always think like this about their parents because they want to have their independence. They want to do whatever they think is good. But yes, elderly people, parents, grandparents, they have more experience and they might have done what we are trying to. So it's like a wake up to certain things and stop us, our parents, for example, stop us from doing certain things that we see that it wouldn't be good. So this is something for us to think about, because yes, sometimes if someone tells us, I don't think it's a good way for you to go, we would have stopped and thought about. Even if sometimes people are hard-headed, they still continue going and they will make a mistake or not, depends of and exactly what you were talking about. But in this sense here is like this. And then he continues, how many times do we anesthetize the notion of responsibility to the elixir of convenience? Yes, certain times things are convenient. They're like, it's the lazy way. It's convenient to do it because don't require a lot. Don't require me to take responsibility in certain acts. So I do that because I'm doing it in a lazy way. But when it requires responsibility, that's different. That's exactly what is happening now to us, to our governments. Put yourself in their shoes. Imagine how difficult it is to tell a whole city to stop. All the business are ordered to close your doors. They don't think just about their business, but they are thinking a much broader way. Everything that will be affected, all the owners of the business, the employees, the people that go there. The same thing with the schools. They were taking time to close the schools because, for example, in the public system, think about so many kids of poor condition, they only have a meal in the school. Yeah, so they go to the school because they will get free breakfast and many times they will get free lunch. So when the public system had to shut down, it's not just the kids being home, but it's now the kids being home without food. So it's lots of things. It's not easy. All those decisions were very difficult, very hard. But this is called taking responsibility, because they know if this business, these schools stay open, the longer they stay open, the longer people start getting more and more in contact, that's the more dangerous the situation starts getting. And unfortunately, we don't want the situation to reach to a level like in Italy, that all the Italians, they are sending WhatsApp videos saying that when it started, they didn't believe it was something serious. They were really focusing on the simple things. They were focusing, this is it's just serious to 1% of the affected people. So this is nothing to do with me. I'm young, I'm strong, I'm super powerful. And they continue their lives. But the problem of this virus is the contagious. It's so extremely quick and easy and everything. When you think that if someone's sick, touch this book, and I touch the book, depending, there was a doctor that sent like an hour, some kind of calendar explaining, like if a virus is in a metal, it's how many hours. If the virus is in the wood, is how many hours. So you don't even want to go deep into details because it's stressful. You're like, you freak out. But when you start thinking, yes, it's so quickly, and it can be deadly to a lot of people. And that's what we have to be careful. We have to be careful for our lives, but to the collectivity. So what the government did was taking responsibility. It was very difficult decisions that were made, but overall is to protect all. We already know the economy of all the countries will be badly affected, but we have to think right now the health of people, so we can avoid the huge amount of deaths that's happening right now in Italy. So let's pray and hope that the people will also take their own responsibility. This is more or less what we are talking here. Like, are you a full spiritist or are you half spiritist? Are you a full good person or you're kind of half? You want to be good person just to your friends and to your family, not understanding that a lot of people could be affected. So, as I always say, food for thought. Food for thought. Very, very important. And then he continues talking about renovating tasks of other reincarnations, saying that the reincarnations are the really blessings in our lives, because we understand that every time we come back a little bit better. We hope to come back a lot better, but we are all different, so we don't know. But we know for sure a little tiny bit better we come back. We don't regress, so we are not gonna get worse. But yes, it would be wonderful if you could come back always much better. But we know that the reincarnations are the ones who are helping us to improve quickly, because every time we die and we go to the spiritual realm, there we stay for a certain amount of years, studying, understanding the mistakes we did, trying to learn how to improve, trying to visualize ways that I could have acted differently. So it's a blessing for us. We are not going to go to the spiritual realm to, oh, I'm just going to sleep now and do nothing. You know, I know that unfortunately some spirits, they take their bad responsibility like this. They are the lazy ones. Even in the books of André Luiz, I believe is Missionaries of the Light, I believe, he talks about spirits that really don't want to wake up. They are afraid of waking up because they don't want to see what's going to happen to them. So they spend years and years sleeping in a self-sleep way. They impose on themselves because they don't want to wake up, to have to take action, to have to do something. So let's not do this. Let's really, like we are doing right now. We are here. We are trying to improve ourselves. We are reading beautiful passages and, you know, talking. By the way, let me see if anyone wrote anything so I can read, not be talking the whole night alone. So let me see here. So Saulo said, Saulo, eu muito das palestras de todos vocês. Oh, must be, eu gosto muito, Saulo. Eu também sigo a doutrina kardecista. Abraços a todos. Muito bom. Very good, very good. Thank you, Saulo. So in English, you're saying that you like very much the lectures and that you are a spiritist. So Saul said, I think to be a full spiritist, we need to study and learn to put all in practice. Is that correct? Yes, Saul, exactly. Even if sometimes we know so much, and when the time of testimonial arrives, we are like, oh, and we end up not fully putting in practice. But what you said is absolutely correct. Then you said again, oh, I see other people here. Renata, hello, Renata Casadei and Matthew Mills. How are you guys? Alicia Ramos, hello, Alicia. So Daniela Stefanelli, hello, Daniela, New York. So Saul said, let us recognize that the grandeur of the redeeming doctrine of the spirits bring us the blessings of Jesus as a whole. Let us avoid our deficient classification of learners with half utilization. So instead of placing us in the pathway of half, it leaves us behind halfway. Yes, very good. Let's put in practice. That's the important thing. Let's put in practice. So he continued giving us other examples of half-spiritists. So I'm sure that when we read these examples, we can always think of someone, oh, you know, that person is doing this. But I already mentioned before, let's try to think first of us. And then, yes, we can think of others too, because it's impossible not to think, especially because sometimes we know people and we think, wow, he has so much knowledge. He talks so well about it. But why, when I tell him, come with me to the center, he doesn't want to come? Or when I say, oh, help me doing this, he doesn't want to help. But first of all, let's think about us. Yes, nowadays we are here. That's a blessing. We are here trying to improve, trying to understand a little bit more. But what about maybe 10 years ago, a little bit older like me, 20 years ago, when the wake-up call was already given to us? But we were like, nah, no, you know, no, I don't need that. This is not for me. Yes, we probably did that. We probably did that. You know, it's normal. We all have our time to despertar, our time to wake up to things that are really important and really serious. And you know, as I just mentioned, now because of the coronavirus, we are waking up to the real important things, understanding that material things are not that important. Our freedom, our health, our loved ones, these are the really important things that we have to think about. But then he talks about all those half-spiritists that could be producing so much, could be doing so many beautiful things, but are not doing yet. So how can we help? You know, a lot of times what we want to do, we actually want to impose certain things. We want to push and pull these people, trying to shake them, making them to wake up to see what they are losing or how much better they could be. But we can't, because many things, when we impose something in others, that's when they really refuse. That's when they really put these things away. So what he's saying here, this is really the best way. He's saying, but we must help them through prayer, because if we already try, talk, if we already gave examples, if we already called, and nothing happened, the best way is really through prayer, because our good energies, our good vibrations will help this person or these persons, and one day they will have also a wake-up call as we did. And then he continues talking about the types of half-spiritists. So he talks about this, the first type is the one that is convinced of the realities of the spirit. So he already understands the realities of the spiritist life. He already understands there is life after death, there is reincarnation, that you know, everything that we do in this life will have consequences, good or bad, that God is a loving Father, that some people suffer because of their own wrongdoings in a past life. It's not there is a God saying you are going to be happy, you are going to suffer. We know it's not like that. So the half-spiritist is halfway there, because he understands it, and it's so important. So this is already good. But then comes the but. Always have a but. Do not realize its importance. So he knows all this, but don't really think how important it is. And also it says it's like maybe it's very connected with phenomena, but don't even think about how important is the dissemination of the truth. That's what we are studying, so we can understand it, not just, oh, I believe because Angie said so. Who is Angie? Nobody. It's different when we say, I know because the book of the Spirit Emmanuel, it tells like this, 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 this. And then the other book tells dun, 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 dun. And then André Luiz, dun, dun, and then Chico Xavier, and then you know it. You are able to have a dialogue with someone explaining everything that you understand. It's different when we just believe because someone told us. So this is very important. So we have to continue doing it. Then he continues with the examples. He continues with the examples that the one that believe is necessary to work, the good work. So it's important to do good things, but never volunteers to do anything. Like the people say, oh, I really appreciate what you did. What you did was very good. I'm so happy you did. It's wonderful. Keep doing the good work. Keep doing the good work. Yes, it's very good when someone encourages you to do it, but did that person try to help you with anything? Did that person volunteer to do anything? Did that person offer any type of help? We don't know exactly what you're talking about, but maybe you need help even to spread the good work to other people, to do the same. So this is what the half-Spiritist is not able to do yet. He's like stuck in the middle. He understands this is good, but he does not understand that he or she needs to take a step to help you in doing the good work. So it also talk about that they say it's beautiful, the Spiritist harvest, like the fruits of whatever we are planting. Oh, it's so good. Oh, this person was gonna end up in a psychiatrist hospital. Everybody thought she was insane. And then she did the Spiritist treatment through prayers and she's back to normal. This is fantastic. This is beautiful. But to that person recognize it, this beautiful work, but does that person goes to the center to continue his or her studies, to receive passes? Oh, it talks about passes here. Let me see what it talks about passes. It talks about the pass. Oh, here in the other paragraph. The half-Spiritist, understands the passes therapy is really good. It's very helpful. And he or she loves to receive it. Oh, it's so good. I get out of the center feeling renovated. Oh, it's awesome. But they are allergic to annoyances, even of minimal ones when serving others. So when serving others, when it's asked to do the minimal, let's imagine this is a Spiritist center. Let's imagine it could be in any other situation. But for example, let me give you two situations. One is this person is invited to work in the Spiritist center, heating the food that will be sold. And then he started doing it, but already like, oh, I can't stand it. And then someone comes and says, oh, you just hit, this is cold. It's not warm, it's cold. We understand that the Spiritist center is not a paradise. We have to understand the Spiritist center is a hospital. It is a place that sick people, they go to because they are sick. They need to go there to get help, mental help, physical help. So sometimes people are there and they are a little bit more annoying than the normal. they are not in their best. So we cannot take everything like, I can't stand this person. Maybe that person in that day was not good. We have to understand that maybe we were not good. Maybe we had a bad day, and when someone comes to talk to us, we answer really quickly. We hush the person away. We don't know, but we have to be prepared for that. But let's talk about the half-Spiritists. Oh, I'm not going to work in heating the food anymore because that person complained. My life is miserable. Oh, it's like, what? So when the first little tiny problem comes, you want to run away? That's another example. You are invited to help packing donations for a cause. So there's a lot of people packing together. Sometimes it's stressful because it has to be done fast, quickly. Sometimes mistakes happened. And then you see, I don't know, 2 pairs of socks in one bag. And then you get furious. Oh, I can't stand it. I told 1 pair of socks, I just saw 2. This is crazy. I'm not doing anything else. This is being half-Spiritist. This is being, you don't even need to be Spiritist. This is being half a good person. Whenever we are trying to help others, we have to put us in a position that the problems might happen. And problems might happen with us, or sometimes we could cause a problem. So we have to be humble enough to understand it and try to be a little bit better and say, you know, this is not going to annoy me. I'm here to serve. I'm here to volunteer. I am volunteering doing this. So I will try to do my best. But even if my best is not good enough, it's okay. That person is not feeling good. I will continue, and if I made a mistake, I will improve. That's how we have to think about being a full Spiritist or a full good person. This is very important. Then he continues with other beautiful examples. I'm just looking into our time, so I don't stop and don't study the gospel, because I really want to go in the gospel with all of you. So just finalizing, he continues talking about this person that accepts the Spiritist precepts, the ideas, the main core of it, but it still follows the prejudices of the world. For example, in Spiritism, we understand we should really stop with all the vices. All the vices. There are so many vices, not just physical like smoking or drinking, but also the vice of the tongue. People that love to gossip, to talk about the life of other people, that they don't focus on their lives, they focus on the lives of the others. So this is also a vice. So you understand that Spiritism is very beautiful. A lot of people tell me this. Spiritism is very beautiful. I love it, but I just can't do it right now. I'm like, but why? Oh, no, I can't really go out dancing and drinking. What's the problem of being drunk every other Saturday? It's fine. And I'm like, it's fine to be drunk every other Saturday. Yeah, I'm not alcoholic. I'm just having fun. And I say, well, you know, it's very difficult when to have fun we have to associate with alcohol. It's sad, you know. It's the idea. I know a lot of people associate alcohol with happiness because they are shy, so when they are a little bit drunk they become extrovert and life is easier. But if you think really, it starts little by little, and then when you see, your vice is much bigger than you can even control. And this is the problem with every vice. So Spiritism is a wake-up call for us to cut the vices, any type of it. And a lot of people are not prepared for that. So they're saying, no, I'm not prepared to dedicate every freaking Sunday to go to the Spiritist Center. No, I'm not doing it. So that's what we say. What can we do? Yes, we pray for them, because one day they will wake up. But we always try to do it in a good way, in a positive way, because when we do it from our hearts, we are already committed, even if a little bit, to our self-improvement. When this person don't want to do it, they want to live the la vida loca, one day something serious is going to happen and they will not be prepared. So Spiritism, not just a Spiritism, but I believe any philosophy of life, any religion connects us with a superior being that we call God, and many other religions also, and the beliefs that are called the superior energy. So whatever you call. So when we go through a difficult time, this faith is the one that sustains us, is the one that helps us to see the light in the end of the tunnel. Because the people that don't have anything, people that only live for the party time, woo, when everything is good, it's good. But what about when things start going bad? What about when you lose your job? What about when a person you love gets very sick? What about you don't see the light of the end of the tunnel? When you start being very pessimistic, that everything is bad. When we have something deeper, when we have something that connects us with something superior than us, we really understand that there is something that's coordinating everything. And if something is happening and we are going through this, in Spiritism we understand that we have to go through this. Every single person on earth go through certain types of difficult times. Everyone. The rich people, the poor people, the young, the sick, everybody. And this is also brings us back to the coronavirus that's so democratic that took everybody. Don't make any distinction. Like everybody is the same. So the philosophies and the religions and some kind of superior belief helps us to connect. So this is another important thing. Like when everything is good, it's easy to live without something more deep. But when moments like what we are living right now happen, the people who have a belief are the ones who embrace the faith, and they embrace a superior energy, if you call God like that. And then they pray, and then they connect, and they meditate, and they do something to help, ask for help, because the help will come. Many times it doesn't come as we want, because we are people that we want to say, please, and it's already here. It's almost like a super Amazon Prime. You pray and boom! Like everybody wants to have the genie. Remember the story of the special bottle that you touch like this and the genie came out and you have 3 wishes. That's how we want to be all the time, and we cannot be like that. So, my friends, now that we understood a lot about half-Spiritists, let's go to the gospel so we can be a full Spiritist. So, we are on chapter 6. And the chapter 6 that we are studying is really the coming of the Spirit of Truth. So this portion is very beautiful because this is a collection. The chapter 6, as I said before, is very, very short, as the chapter 5 was the biggest one of the gospel. This, I think, is the shortest one. So it is number 5 until number 8 is a collection of beautiful messages from the Spirit of Truth. So we know the Spirit of Truth. Later on, we discovered the Spirit of Truth was Jesus himself. And we also know the Spirit of Truth was the Spirit extremely connected with Allan Kardec, guiding him throughout the codification that he was organizing, copying the messages from thousands of spirits. So these messages here are very powerful because when you read the message, you know, in the beginning you were like, what is this spirit talking? We know Kardec was helped by many, many spirits that were guiding him to be able to complete his beautiful task. But these ones are very powerful. I don't have time to read a lot of them, but I will. What's always saying the last paragraph? Sorry, I pressed. So I will read one portion here just for you to have an understanding. Number 5, for example. I have come as I once came amongst the wayward children of Israel to bring the truth and dissipate the darkness. Listen to me. Spiritism, as my word of old, must remind us believers that above them reign the immutable truth, the good God, the great God, who makes the plant germinate and raises the tides. I have revealed the divine doctrine, and like a reaper, I have gathered into sheaves the good scattered amid humankind, and I have said, come unto me, all of you who suffer. So we know Jesus said that. So these are beautiful messages, making us Spiritists to understand the power of his messages. It's almost like a wake-up call for us. This is Jesus himself telling us, follow this. This is going to be good for you. This will help you. So another important portion here that is very well known is this one here. All Spiritists, love one another. This is the first teaching. Educate yourselves. This is the second. All truths are found in Christianity. The errors that have become rooted within it are of human origin. And here, beyond the grave, which you believed was nothingness, voices cry out to you, brothers and sisters, nothing perishes. Jesus Christ is the victor over evil. The victors be victors over impiety. And then the message, the Spirit of Truth, Paris 1860. So this last paragraph is very, very famous. And we understand that the future, when we all become a pure spirit, we will have to have the balance. The balance. Very well. We need to be intelligent and morally elevated. So that's why he is saying, love one another. Love one another. This is moral. And then he said, educate yourselves. This is intellectuality. So nowadays, more than ever, we can practice this. I saw in a Nextdoor, I always say Nextdoor is the app, is the Facebook of the neighbor. I love Nextdoor. So I see messages of a lot of people saying, listen, I'm here if you are elderly, if you are sick, if you cannot get out of your house, please send me a message and I will be able to do your grocery shopping. So tell me what you need and I will be able to help you. This is so beautiful. These are people that are putting themselves out there to help people that really need. We know if all this news, this crazy news that nobody even know what is true and what is a lie, what is a fake news, what is an exaggeration. It's very beautiful to see neighbors that are donating their time to help others. So we have to see there are a lot of people doing beautiful things. And I always say the media focus in the negative because the media loves the negativity because the negativity feeds a lot of people. So a lot of people start gossiping about that and they all want to know more and more and more and more. But the good things, maybe 1 minute here, 1 minute there, but the media unfortunately do not feed in beautiful and important things. Unfortunately, they do not. So my time is finishing. Let me go to message number 6. So in the middle of it, it says, nothing is lost in the kingdom of our Father, and your sweat and miseries form a treasure that will make you wealthy in the higher realms, where light replaces darkness, and where the most unclothed among you will perhaps be the most resplendent. So this is also very important. This is also very important for us. Nothing is lost in the kingdom of our Father. So lots of times we say, oh, but you know, I helped that person never said thank you, that person nowadays says bad things about me or ignores me or whatever. Don't worry about. Your conscience is clear and God sees everything. This is the good thing. God sees everything. Everything is computed. So we have to be careful because everything good is computed, but everything bad is also added. So let's focus on the positive ones. Let's keep doing it. Even if other people do not recognize the good we did, let's keep doing it. Because as the message says here, maybe the last clothed person, the most simple and humble person here, when arrives in the spiritual realm, will really have this very resplendent tunic of love and evolvement, because this is what we're gonna get with us. None of our material things will come with us. They will stay here to our descendants, or maybe who knows who will get it. But everything we are able to develop intellectually or morally will come with us. So this is what we want to take with us. This is what we need to take with us. And it's so good when we are able to help someone, and that person, even if we have few people that do not recognize it, but there is always someone that says, that person, if I need something, I can talk to that person because that person will listen to me. And this is so good. Sometimes people know that, oh, if I am feeling bad, I will call him or her and I will get some positive word. So let's practice this, especially now that we are all locked in our homes under stress and under so many negative things. And I love WhatsApp, but I have to tell you that it's tremendous in negativity and in fake news. And today I really decided I took my cell phone and I put underneath a bag and I put a bunch of clothes on top of it, and I didn't even want to see the light or the vibration. I didn't want it because I felt it was being toxic to me. And besides being toxic, was like really diverting my attention. I am working. I am working now full from home. So I need to really dedicate my time and focus to work. I am blessed to still work. So I really need to dedicate my time to do it well, like so many people cannot do it. So today I did that, and I was like, you know, it was the best thing, because you get in that situation that you want to see this message and that message. And as you know, I have hundreds of groups. I have hundreds of groups of anything you dream about, I have. And I coordinate many of these groups. And you know, these conversations, many times they're not good. So I think it's important for us to take a vacation of our phones, even if for a few hours, so it can bring us like peace of mind that we can focus on very important things. So if you're working, work. If you are studying, study. If you are here in Kardec Radio, Kardec Radio. So that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. So my friends, I'm super happy to have been here with you, super happy. I think this is a very positive, it's very good to all of us in this very difficult time. It's good to be able to be at least online, so we can exchange messages, we can talk. If you are going to be connected online next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be giving a lecture online, Facebook Live, at the InnerLight in New York. And I will be talking about our life, you know, spirituality in the time of a crisis. So I think it's very important for us to be able to understand this crisis in our beautiful blue planet, how we can approach it in a better way, and how to see the light in the end of the tunnel. That's the important thing. So let's close our eyes for a few seconds, and let's close it with a prayer that will be also blessing our water. Okay. Dear God, our brother Jesus, our guardian angels, the spiritual benefactors that coordinate the study of Kardec Radio, and also Miami InnerLight, thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for this beautiful energy that inspired all of us, me for talking and all of you for listening. Please, at this moment, we ask you to bless our waters, to bless our homes, to bless all our brothers and sisters that participate of our studies, but also all the other ones who are in their homes, who are in their hospitals, who are sick, people that need so much help. We understand when we have faith, this will all pass, but we are opening our hearts with our faith to be strong and to be able to send love to the ones who have less than us. Please, Master Jesus, stay with us, protect and guard all of us, and help us to return here again next Thursday at 9 p.m. Thank you so much. So be it. Very good, my friends. I'm very happy we were able to do our studies tonight without a problem. I can't even believe. I'm so excited and very happy that our internet was good, everything was good. And so I will continue doing the studies through here, because here's the cable, it's not the wireless. So I think the cable is good. So let me see if there is any other comments before I turn it off. Teresa said, I was told that other Spiritist centers that the Spirit of Truth was a group of high order spirits, maybe included Jesus. Yes, Teresa, a lot of people say there were many spirits that guided Kardec. But we also know that Chico Xavier actually mentioned that Jesus himself guided Kardec, and he gave many of the messages for Kardec, even the guidelines. So it is open for discussion. But when you read the messages, especially from the chapter 6, gives you a lot of food for thought. So think, read, think, and see what you think about. Very good. Guys, have a wonderful night. Talk to you soon, next Thursday, 9 p.m. Bye-bye.